and welcome to Log 91. It was a Saturday. I made up the sleep debt that I had. I was so tired yesterday, and what time did I go to bed last night? I went to bed kind of late, I guess, because my friends came over and we were playing I played a new card game. It was actually really fun. It was called 5 Minute Dungeon. It was neat. And I did, yeah, right, because I recorded yesterday's log. Yeah, I recorded yesterday's log at like 12:15ish, and I did one drawing, one little doodle in my sketchbook, and then I was out. I was sleeping. And yeah, so I woke up at 9. I set my alarm for 9. So thirsty, dude. My allergies, they're just dehydrating me because my body just keeps producing snot because I think that the trees are trying to kill me or something. I don't know. So I got up, filled my water bottle, chugged some water, and then landed straight back into bed, and I slept for another 3 hours. That's right, I woke up at 12. I slept until the afternoon, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't regret it at all. I mean, okay, that's a lie. I do regret it a little bit, just because, obviously, yes, this is the work crunch, but also I really don't like sleeping in that late. I do love waking up early in the morning and just like embracing the morning, because the morning is when breakfast is, and breakfast, personally, I think is the best meal of the day. Wait, I might try and make pancakes tomorrow. I might have the stuff for it, because I have like a bunch of baking stuff. I might try and make homemade pancakes. That'd be fun. We'll see. But, given the time that I had, I think today still went really well. I worked for like 4 hours, I think, tops, not including the comic and the edit time, which I still honored, and I don't regret that now. I regretted it when I first started, and I was like, I should be editing, but then I was like, wait, there's more to my life than this one project. And then I got out of tunnel vision. But that's not really what I wanted to talk about right now. What I want to talk about is the fact that, okay, bear with me, I'm gonna try and turn this into words. But, you know the analogy I was talking about a couple logs ago, where I was talking about the islands, right? The two islands of my brain where I was like, oh, my art escape self, and then my other person life self, that I clearly didn't value the person self, because it felt like no one else valued that. So, art was my little oasis, my escape. And I said that now that I recognize this, I'm gonna try and, bring it together, become whole again. My work is not my value, I give my work value. Like, I am the person, I'm not the work. I think the two islands merged today, because I just felt, like, even when I woke up this morning, first off, I had some amazing dreams last night too. I had a flying dream. I haven't had one of those in a long time. And I've been starting to associate that, like those dreams with, pardon my roommates, they're watching baseball. I associated the flying dreams with like my childhood self, I guess, my inner child, because I loved the idea of flying, and I used to get dreams like that all of the time. It would vary in the different kinds of flying. Sometimes I had to hold my breath to stay afloat, and then sometimes it was just like, it felt like swimming in air. It was really cool. But for the first time in a long time, I had a dream last night that I could fly. And it was so cool. It was kind of weird though, because I just kept flying the same path, and I kept passing the same bumblebee, and I kept going down, and there was the same crocodile. I don't know. My dreams are very interesting, but I just think that was worth noting, because also, I felt like a kid again, I guess. I felt like me as a kid. But before, I was so stressed about, people's opinions and their views and what I should be doing and all of these pressures. Like, I just felt like I could just exist, I guess. I think Dude, that Caterpillar documentary actually opened my eyes to, like, all of the other things about life that I enjoy. Like, man, this is... I think in a couple days, I'll be able to get to the point where I can make a comic out of this, because this will be a massive comic. Starting from the exhibition days when I felt nothing, going through all of this, and then coming to the point, like, literally the islands are merging, and all of a sudden I'm free to be the kid I always wanted to be, but now I also have the experience to protect myself and to know what to let in or something. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's really nice. And I'm happy for that. And I took a break. In between my 2 work things, I took a break and I made dinner for myself, and did I have lunch? Well, yeah, I didn't really have breakfast because I was sleeping so much, but I got a breakfast sandwich and I watched a show and I did that, and like, yeah, I don't know. Today is just, it's really neat. Part of me wanted to work past 9 again, even though that's actually against my overtime rule. So yeah, I couldn't even do that if I wanted to. So yeah, after this, I'm gonna play some video games with my friends. And like, this is just so cool. Like, my breaks, my work breaks, genuinely feel like breaks. I mean, of course, there's still that little urge to like, but imagine how much I could get done if I worked during my breaks as well. But like, I'm starting to actually genuinely just be a person again. And like, I'm suddenly motivated to try all of these new projects. Like, I want to learn new things again. And like, I'm just so much more excited about life. And I did one task today, but I'll do the rest of them tomorrow, because tomorrow is technically the last day of the Artist's Way. But yeah, I mean, course-wise, work-wise, I still have a lot to do, but thanks to these timers, I know I did my best. I did the most I could do in this day. And that's it. And I'm starting to lay off the perfectionism a little bit as well. Like, I didn't try as hard to pinpoint correct the auto captions for these things. Like, all of a sudden, just work is becoming so much less important. And fun is becoming important again. And oh my goodness, I kind of love it. And there is one other thing. Along with the doodle of myself and my younger self, I drew a self-portrait, but it was one I hadn't done before. I drew myself smiling as accurately as I could, because I had taken a selfie with my friend yesterday, and I didn't like how I looked. I never really liked how I look when I smile, because, well, I have a very round, squishy face, so when I smile, it's not conventionally attractive, I'll say. So I'm kind of insecure about my smile. But I drew myself with the smile, with all of the chin folds and all the whatever I can think of. And I wrote next to it, "Am I beautiful?" And then under that I wrote, "Yes, I am." So like, really big self-love steps here, really trying to get that. And like, I didn't force that. I just came up with the idea, and I was like, you know what, yeah, I'll draw that. And I did it. Like, I'm not hiding anything from myself anymore. I'm not trying to distract myself from some things I don't like. I'm facing them. And I'm not even forcing myself to like it. I'm just saying, yeah, that's there. It's like I'm taking all of the pettiness and the drama out of my own thoughts. Like, yeah, things are what they are. And all of the pressures, the invisible voices, everything saying that I should have done this or I should have done that, or like, it's just everything saying that I'm not good enough. It's null. Because I'm just the way I am right now. So yeah, that's pretty nice. That's pretty cool. And very excited to see how this affects the rest of my life. Looking forward to a wonderful future now that I am no longer my own enemy, for the most part. And yeah, I just can't wait to see how the rest of these logs go, where I'll be at log 100, and where I'll be at graduation. What I'll do after this course, oh my gosh, I can't wait. This is cool, but like, I can't wait to be done. Yeah. Yeah, so overall, very positive log. Love to see it. And I also think it's worth noting that the portrait, the self-portrait painting, also just came together yesterday. It was seriously looking rough. I was not liking it for a very long time. Even yesterday, when I first started working on it, I was like, this is unsalvageable. Like, I should just throw it away and start again. Because it was really frustrating. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. There was no hope for it to end up nice. But then I thought, week 12, have faith. This is a part of the process. Embrace the muddled confusion. Try to, at least. And it actually ended up kind of working and pulling together. Like, I think I'll spend one more hour on it. There's a couple spots that I don't really like still that I know I could just whoosh, like 10 minutes is all I need. So, and then that'll be good. That'll be it. So, yeah, I do plan, I think I want to wake up at 6:30 tomorrow. And I'm not saying I feel like I should. I want to. Also because I feel a little guilty about sleeping in so much today. But, and I plan, as soon as this course finishes on launch day, and like I know I'll have stuff to do after that a little bit as well, but like on launch day, I'm gonna go to my favorite ramen place just down the street. Just, honestly, this is what I'm gonna miss the most about campus life. Just all the restaurants that are walking distance. I love walkable places, which is why I loved Florence so much. But there's this ramen place. I actually ate there during my freshman orientation. So it's very symbolic. I'm gonna take myself out, get my favorite chicken ramen bowl, and just sit there and eat my ramen. Because I'm a very slow eater. And I'm just gonna sit there. Art has been made today. I started an animation, actually. I started an animation with, it's actually one I've always wanted to do. It's a regular live video, but I'm animating Gerald, my little dinosaur, on top of it. So it'll look like he'll be, with this pen, he'll be writing a note on a post-it, and it'll be real. And he'll be there. So I can't wait to see how that looks. It's looking pretty good so far. I think another 2 hours should do it. Because I have to finish the animation part and then color. But then once that finishes, it's gonna be so good. So many things to look forward to. I'm gonna play some games real quick and go to bed. 6:30, so probably around like 11. And then I'll just have an awesome Sunday. So very exciting, very happy, very cool things all around, and I will see you tomorrow in log 92.